Journal. I'm Steffanie Rivers. Come on into the conversation. You could be watching on several platforms. I am multicasting. We want to welcome you to the conversation. Now, most people have experience with sales, whether it's selling Girl Scout cookies when you were a kid or you have a kid who sells Girl Scout cookies. Remember those big candy bars, those big chocolate bars that we used to sell when you had a fundraiser at school, or maybe you sold Krispy Kreme donuts, okay, as a fundraiser. But even if you didn't do that, you probably have been a member of a multi-level marketing company. All that is sales. And you might remember that the first rule of getting a sale was to go to your warm market, to approach your warm market about purchasing something from you. That would be family, friends, co-workers, neighbors, people who know you already. Why? Because people who know you are more willing to support you in your sales. And it's all about building relationships. So if you start with the relationships that you already have, then you're likely to build on it and to get sales. Now, if people trust you, they're willing to put money on the line to support you. But of course, the first rule of purchasing, being a consumer, at least it should be the first rule, if it's not, is can you afford to lose the money? Because if you can't afford to lose the money in a transaction, then if something goes wrong, then you shouldn't be doing it. A couple of dollars to support a kid trying to do a fundraiser at school won't make or break anybody. But some people claim that they are only a few $100s, a few $1,000s away from not being able to pay their mortgage, not being able to pay their rent. And so people should be more diligent about doing their research before they um, getting involved with money making ventures. Do your diligence before you find out that you've wasted not only your time, but you've wasted your money on what might turn out to be a money making scheme. So there are two things that I hate to waste. I hate to waste my time. I hate to waste my money. Okay. So when I heard about the real estate deal, the real estate scandal involving DJ Envy of the Breakfast Club on iHeartRadio, I had to speak on it a little bit. So that's what we're talking about tonight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that when I post new videos, you'll be the first to know. Now, apparently, DJ Envy used his influence, and let me just show you a picture in case you're brand new to this. But this is a picture of DJ Envy on your left and his business partner Cesar Pina on the right, just in case you're not familiar with who these people are. So apparently DJ Envy was using his platform, his national platform on the Breakfast Club to promote the business dealings in his real estate classes on his national platform. And he used his relationship with his listeners across the country to promote, also known as to sell, the idea of real estate investments. Now, it looks like Envy was the pitch man and his friend Cesar Pena was the closer. Pena the closer. So far, DJ Envy has not been charged with anything, but Pena, the closer, is charged with wire fraud for allegedly defrauding people out of millions of dollars. He was arrested and he's out on $1 million collateral bond. And so apparently Pena used his house to post bond, and now he has to wear an ankle monitor and stay near the house. Okay, so he's accused of taking people's money under the guise of investing it in fixing and flipping houses and or purchasing homes and keeping it and renting them out and then giving them a part of the profit according to the reports, Pina would take one property and not only let me invest in it, he would let like 10, 20 people invest in the same property. So I'm thinking it's my property, but no, I didn't know I was sharing it with 20 other people. As far as the profit sharing, basically that's what they were doing, but that wasn't how he was selling it. He was like, this is your property and I'm working with you. So he's accused of taking people's money under false pretenses. And either way, investors claim that they got little to no return on their investment. So I'm not an attorney, but here's what I've learned from experience. When you're doing deals like that or any type of deal, you need to ask questions. Always ask lots of questions, because don't assume anything. Because the minute you assume stuff, then it comes back around that, well, that's not what we said. That's not what we meant. You can't assume anything. You got to ask a lot of questions and ask for references. Ask these people. So if I'm getting such a good deal, then you must have gotten this same good deal for other people, right? Well, where are those people? Let me talk to those people myself or yourself. Ask for references. If that person can't give you references and they're supposedly giving such a great, turning people into millionaires, they're just doing so well and they don't have references, that's a red flag, okay? So if they don't have anybody to vouch for them, that is an issue. So the next thing I would suggest is, if you have, how we have people in our family, and not that, everybody knows everything about everything, but let's say we're talking about real estate. Surely you know a real estate agent. Surely you know a broker. Surely you know somebody else who's doing real estate, somebody's good with numbers, an accountant. Ask somebody, hey, what do you think about this? And let them give you some feedback. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do exactly what they said do or don't do, but getting a different perspective on an issue will probably help you come up with questions or look at a different viewpoint of things that you didn't think about. And that's important, because a lot of us, we come up with, we have these ideas, we don't talk to anybody about it, and we put all our money in it, and then in the end, on the back end, you're like, somebody would say, well, why didn't you ask me? I could have told you that wasn't going to work, or I could have helped you to do this, that, and the third, and you could have been further along. So be sure to ask somebody else besides yourself who is knowledgeable in that area, because that's important to get different perspectives on it. So always get something in writing, okay? So I don't know if these deals were in writing or not, but if somebody's asking you to invest a whole bunch of money, or they're asking you to loan them some money, or has to do anything with anything about money involved, and it's a big deal, it's bigger than a candy bar or a Krispy Kreme donut or some Girl Scout cookies, okay? You need to get it in writing. So your emails can serve as written verification. Your texts, what is it called? Voicemails. There's different things that can, even though voicemails aren't written, it's just a trail of communication and what was said. So you just can't say, well, he said and she said, and they, you want to have some written information that in case if you want to take somebody to court, you have that on your side. So I will say that money used to invest in anything, investments are not guaranteed. Okay. So it also has been said that Pina was guaranteeing 20 to 45% return on investment. Okay, that's a red flag. Nobody's getting 45% investment. Okay, and if they are, then you need to go with them. Okay, you don't just take people's word for it. 20 to 45% investment. Come on now. So that was what should have been another red flag. Stop putting money into money-making endeavors without doing your research, people, your own research. You can't depend on other people to I always ask, people want to, oh, they're altruistic. They just want to help you. My question is, why do you love me so much? You don't know me. We don't have the same mama or daddy. You're not paying my bills. We ain't sleeping together. Why do you love me so much that you are going to give me all of this information and there's nothing in it for you? There's always a what's in it for that person. You got to look at both sides of the coin. So some people's plan to make money is to trick you out of your money. That's how they make money. So you need to be aware of that and always know that there are people out there whose goal it is to separate you from your money. Now, DJ Envy claimed that he didn't know anything about what was going on. He knew about of course, the classes. He said he knew about possible investments because he invested in a couple of things himself, but he claimed that he didn't know that Pina was doing illegal and shady deals. Okay, so but the bottom line is, if he didn't know, he should have known. And here's why. Pina already had been in jail, already had served jail time, prison time. He had already been locked up. Okay, so now that's not to say that people cannot change, but that is to say that lying and scheming was not new to him. Okay, so if somebody gets a hold of OPM, other people's money, it's not too far-fetched that they're going to try to see how they can make it work in their favor. And so thinking that Pina would not access other people's money by hook or crook and not misuse it was dumb on DJ Envy's part. So again, if he didn't know, he should have known. Okay, he has to be, people in DJ Envy's or anybody, if you have a platform, you want to be protective of that, because believe it or not, I mean, it's called celebrity endorsement for a reason. People will go and do things and spend money and go out on a limb just because you said it, if you have that type of influence. So you have to protect that at all times. If these so-called investors would have done a simple internet search, if they had done a simple background, they could have found out that Cesar Pina had a criminal background and he had been locked up. Okay. Now, that's not to say that just because somebody went to prison or whatever, that they're a bad person, you can't do business with them. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the likelihood that you would do business with someone who has already proven themselves to be less than trustworthy is probably very likely. And that's good. You want to get all the information so you can make an educated decision about your money, because again, hate to waste time, hate to waste money. So Pina, he needed DJ Envy to be the bait to kick off the real estate gig. He wouldn't have been able to do it by himself. So if Envy wasn't in on it, he's guilty of negligence. Okay, at the very least, guilty of negligence. He should have been more protective of his space. Okay, and even what's worse for me is, I hate to see this. I hate when dudes who scam people who look like them, or anybody. I hate when people prey on people because they know they're in a position that those people will believe them and go along with the scam because you appeal to them because you are skin folk. But we already know sometimes skin folk ain't your kin folk, and you need to be aware that that's what's going on out here in these streets. Okay, so learn from those people's mistakes. Stop thinking that people are altruistic and that they want to help you get rich quick for no reason, especially 20 to 45% return on investment. Okay, that's like if I give you $10,000 and you tell me I'm gonna get 20% back. So that means you're gonna give me $12,000 back. And they were doing it in 30 days. That's crazy. Okay. 30 days, 45%. If I give you $10,000, you're gonna give me $1,450. I think that, yeah, 1,450. No, you're going to give me $14,000 back in 30 days. Hope my math is, I didn't do well in math, but I know how to do simple math. I know how to count my coins before I give them to you. That's most important. And anyway, so you need to do your due diligence and just question people. That's why one of my favorite shows is American Greed, because we get greedy. We start looking at, oh, the money that I'm going to make, not realizing that you already have money. You need to be protecting the money that you have, not always trying to throw it out there and get more. It's okay to want more. It really is. I'm one of those people. I don't mind trying new things, but I'm going to ask a whole bunch of questions, and I'm going to know what is required of me and what's required of you, and it's going to be written down before you get my money. Okay, so don't be the person that proves the adage, a fool and his money are soon parted. Okay, you want to do your due diligence. And so real estate is great. They're not, like they said, they're not making any more land. They're not doing, real estate is very valuable. And thank you, Bishop Michael Michael Dupree. Good information. I appreciate you. So that's all I got for you. Just want you to be more diligent with the money and the resources that you have, because that's why people come out here and prey on us, on us, because they know that we have resources and they're trying to get their hands on it. So that's it. I don't have any more. To find out more about the things that I care about, you can go to the written version of my journal. It's at eurweb.com. Thank you and have a super day.